Welcome back to the 2013 Core 77 Design Awards. I'm Sarah Spear and I'm the Program Manager for the Design Awards program here in New York City. And we're here to announce the transportation category winners and honorees. Paul and his team were unable to make it today, but they put together a great video of them announcing everyone. So let's go ahead and turn it over to them. Their judging took place in London, United Kingdom.
Hello, I'm Paul Priestman and I am the jury captain for the Core 77 Design Awards, the transport section. And we've been looking at all the awards today, and here are my fellow judges.
Good morning, my name is Dale Harrow. I'm Professor of Vehicle Design at Royal College of Art and also Dean of the Design School at Royal College of Art. And I'm very happy to have been part of this judging process today.
Hi, my name is Sophie Thomas. I'm a designer and also I'm co-director of design at the Royal Society of Arts.
And I'm Matt Hunter. I'm Chief Design Officer at the Design Council.
So we're going to start with the student section for the Transportation Awards, and the entries were very, very interesting. There's a real slant on social mobility and sustainability, and lots of interesting concepts about leasing models and human-powered transportation or assisted power. The one I particularly have been looking at is I can't even say that, that's terrible. The Mobilitate electric trailer. Rolls off the tongue, but actually it's a very interesting, it does roll up and down a hill, thankfully. It's a transportation trailer that sits on the back of a bike but actually powers the bike and helps you push the bike further and faster. And I can imagine that as a person who cycles a lot in London and has to go shopping and has a lot of bags balanced on my handlebars, actually this would be a very useful thing because I could just slip on the back. So I was really impressed with that.
And I was just taking a quick look at the Beehive agricultural vehicle for India. An interesting concept, having a walk behind plough or something like that, and then you can use the engine then to pull from livestock or stuff or people. So basically, assuming that engines are expensive things, how can we get the engine to have a dual purpose? So we had some questions a little bit about the engineering and whether or not it scales up, but it shows something interesting about a very different context and how you can hopefully create something that's very functional, also much safer, fewer accidents for all the people being carried by it.
Yeah, I've been looking at there's been a lot of bicycle entries, as Sophie said, and it's been very interesting to look through them today. This one is called the N-Cycle. We had a lot of discussion about this one because it's a sort of a series of ideas put together to make a kind of complete design. There's a lot of interesting little ideas and they're all brought together in this one package. There's a lot of debate about the style of the bike and whether it's actually maybe more male or more female in the way it's done. But overall, I think we thought it was quite well put together. There were some really good ideas in there. And of all the bicycles, it was probably one of the ones that looked more complete than anything else. So a very interesting piece of work.
Well, we were looking at lots and lots of different entries, but one particularly was of great interest was called Beyond Caravan. And it's quite interesting because it's actually beginning to look at how accessibility can be incorporated into a moving object or a sort of a movable home. And we thought that was quite nicely resolved and really thinking about some of the social issues that are going on, the ageing demographic and the fact that a lot of people will be in wheelchairs at certain points during their lives, and just allowing that to allow people to use that and enjoy holidays in caravans. So we thought that was quite a nice approach to that and quite nicely detailed as well. So I think we can announce then. All of the ones we've been talking about today are all commended, but the winning entry is Caravan Beyond. Okay, now we are going to be talking about the professional entries for the transportation section of the Core 77 Awards, and with some really nice entries, and we're just going to talk about some of our favourites.
Okay, again on this category we found there was an awful lot of bicycles this year and some very excellent work within them in terms of detailed design and also technical resolution. We particularly liked this product here called the Orbia. It's a triathlon bicycle We thought there was a lot of clever ideas in terms of the ergonomics and the advancement of aerodynamics, and the whole approach had been done in such a complete way. It's a very specialised product, and there's some other more lightweight bikes that were presented, but we felt that this gave a really good combination of both the engineering, the ergonomics and the aerodynamics. So we really threw a good bike, and we thought it would be commended.
Another bike, actually, quite a different set of market, I think, is the Bamboo bicycle, which, although we all recognise that there are lots of bamboo bikes on the market or coming up into the market, what we liked about this one was the fact that the model could be very easily taken into something which was very local, very handmade, bringing new kind of industries and sort of local industries into villages and different communities. And actually it was more on the commuter side of cycling. So I was also quite intrigued by the special honey resin that was looking at the new technology about how you can create strength in bamboo and stop it shattering and breaking and giving it a much more strength and a longer longevity of use. So interesting model, very different from the other bike.
And the third bike in this section, the Cervelo RCA, which is really working at quite a detailed level, design and engineering and manufacture. It was a really very detailed report looking at how every single little component was improved. And as we know, cycling at this sort of level requires that continuous performance analysis, analysis and improvement. So we thought it was pretty appropriate.
The entry that we all thought was really interesting was an entry called Jack, or Jacques maybe, and it's an electric scooter. And there have been electric scooters on the market before, but what we quite liked about this is the way that it was very nicely engineered. It also had the thought, or the sort of the idea of recharging the scooter in the back of a car, so that when you store it in the back of the car, you can use the car almost as a power station to generate electricity to power the scooter. And I think this is quite interesting for as cities become perhaps closed off to vehicles in the inner centres, so people will be getting to the outsides of cities in different ways, and this might be used for that. But also quite an interesting card reader technology in the handlebars, and we thought that's quite interesting, particularly if we're going to go for shared ownership in the future for products like this. So the decisions the jury made is that all of the 4 entries that we've been talking about are all commended. Congratulations to the teams. And runner-up goes to...
It goes to Erdun, the triathlon bicycle, because we thought it was a very thorough piece of design. It put everything together, and the team have worked very well bringing together the worlds of aerodynamics, ergonomics and technology to create a new product. So congratulations to them.
And the grand winner is Jack, and congratulations to the team.
Congratulations everyone who received a mention for the transportation category. It's a really great group of honorees we have this year. We will have these projects available on Core77designawards.com, and you'll be able to view more photos, videos, and the stories behind these projects. So go ahead and check that out soon. And thanks to everyone who tuned in for our announcement. Our next one is going to go live today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's going to be our interiors and exhibition category. So we'll see you then. Thanks.